Welcome to the Freediving Lectures, designed for anyone who wants to improve their freediving in a calm and structured way. Today, we're going to talk about the body position in no-fins freediving. As in every video, we will take our time, go into great detail, and cover everything step by step. Hi, I'm Stefano Scaramuzza, freediving and swimming coach. Together with my wife, Bianca Sanyang, we founded the freediving and yoga school Infinite Love. As a former competitive breaststroke swimmer and Swiss national record holder in constant weight no fins, I specialized in teaching people how to freedive without fins. In these lectures, I share my professional insights in freediving, covering technique, mindset, and training. The lectures are free and open to anyone. The material is based on my experience in freediving, swimming, and teaching, and it reflects the current knowledge of these sports. You can use these videos as a reference for your own freediving, for your teaching, or simply to satisfy your curiosity. But remember that this is just a video and it cannot replace a coach. Only a trained coach can see exactly what you need in this moment to progress safely and efficiently. Of course, this also depends on your goals, your experience, and your fitness level. In the end of the video, I will talk more about coaching opportunities for you. This is the second video of the no-fins technique breakdown series, where we talk only about the technique in no-fins freediving. In the previous video, we introduced the 4 pillars of the technique in no-fins: body position, arm stroke, leg kick, and timing. And today's video will be about the first pillar, the most fundamental one, the body position. I'll first explain why it matters and how to do it correctly. Then I will show you the most common corrections that I give to athletes that I work with. In the end, I will show you some deeper insights into the technique, and I will also share some inland and dry exercises that you can do by yourself. So, what do we mean by body position? Body position means how we lay in the water or how we place ourselves in the water. Be it in horizontal swimming or vertical diving, we always want to be as streamlined as possible and as balanced as possible. The more streamlined we are, the less drag we have, the more efficient we move, the less oxygen we burn, and the deeper or longer we can dive. Also, the glide phase in no-fins freediving is very important, because during that phase, we're actually not moving our body, but we are still moving forward, we are still advancing. So we want to maximize those glide phases so we can go further or deeper without any extra effort. And being more streamlined makes us glide further. We have 2 gliding positions. One is with our arms up. We call this one streamline position. Sometimes people also refer to it as the arrow position. It comes right after the kick or after we push ourselves from the wall in dynamic. The other glide phase is with our arms down. There is no specific name for it, so we will call it arms alongside position. It comes right after the arm stroke. Don't worry, when exactly we do the arm stroke, the kick, and when we glide and how long we glide, we will talk all about those things in the video about timing, as this is a big topic and deserves its own video. A proper body position is not only important during the gliding, but also during the moving. We want to avoid any unnecessary movement of our body. Think of it like that. We have our fundamental body position and we add everything on top, like the arm stroke and the kicks. So let's look at this ideal body position in detail. For the streamlined position, we first want to make sure that the feet are touching each other. And we also want to make sure that the feet are pointed. I read somewhere that simply by pointing the feet, one can reduce the drag by up to 40%. And that's quite a big number. Moving from the feet up, we want to make sure that our body is in a straight line. We achieve that by first engaging the quads. So you can think of lifting the kneecap towards the sky. Then we engage the glutes and the abs. By engaging those three muscle groups, we make sure that our body is in one straight line. From here, we engage our back muscles. We try to make ourselves as long as possible, and we move our chin down. From that position, we then rise our shoulders and move our hands above our head. Here, make sure that your elbows are straight, you're squeezing your ears, and your fingers are also together and straight. You can look at it like that. You place one hand over the other and lock like this, the other hand. This is the most streamlined you can be. You can also choose to place the hands next to each other instead of above each other. That can be a good idea in case you lack a bit of flexibility in the shoulders, and placing the hands above each other will cause too much extra tension. Keeping the hands next to each other instead of above each other can cause more drag. But in this case, it might be better than losing relaxation. Of course, in the future, we would like to work on the shoulder mobility, so it's going to be easier to keep the hands above each other and be in a perfect streamlined position. I will show you in the end of the videos some exercises that you can do to increase your shoulder mobility. Another moment where it makes sense to keep the hand next to each other instead of above each other is if you're in that part of the dive where the glide phase is so short that you don't have time to place the hands above each other and then open up again. So if your glide phase is short, you can keep the hands next to each other. If your glide phase is longer, you can place the hand above each other. When during your dive you have short glides and when you have long glides, of course depends on the discipline. So if you do CNF or DNF, but it also depends on how you choose to structure your dive, so your dive strategy. Later, I will make a video where we talk only about the dive strategy. There is one more thing I would like to mention. When you are in your streamlined position, make sure to not arch your back like this. To avoid that, remember to tighten the three muscle groups that we mentioned before: the quads, the glutes, and the core. Also remember to rotate your pelvis into a neutral position. Also, you need to have enough flexibility in your shoulders and arms. Because if you're too tight, like it's a little bit the case for me, and let's say you can reach only until here, while you try to push the arms into a straight line, the back automatically gets pushed forward. So we need good mobility and flexibility in our shoulders and arms. In the end of the video, I will show you some exercises how you can work on that. So, to summarize the streamlined position, put your feet together, keep them pointy, tighten your quads, tighten your glutes, tighten your core, move your shoulders up, hands above your head, elbow straight, finger straight, hand straight. Lock the hands and the chin down. Squeeze your ears. We just learned that to maintain a perfect streamlined position, there's quite some tension in our body. But we're freediving, and freediving is about relaxation, especially in no fins, where the glide phase is also meant to be a resting phase. So there seems to be a contradiction there. Let me explain. The perfect streamlined position that I showed you before actually comes from competitive swimming. They figured out already a long time ago what is the perfect textbook streamlined position. But they don't care about relaxation. For them, it's all about speed and power. So what does that mean for us? We will follow the principle of train hard, dive easy. So during our practice in the surface swimming drills, we will aim for the perfect textbook streamline, even if there is some tension there. But then, when we go diving, we can relax a little bit where it's necessary. Let me illustrate. For example, if this is the streamline position that you've been practicing in the pool, and now you want to go diving, but you realize maybe you're using up a bit too much tension to maintain this streamline position. So you decide to relax just a little bit. Look how I let go a little bit my shoulders and a little bit my elbows. So this might still be good enough for a successful dive. But if you never trained what you saw before, and this is your maximum, then maybe when you relax, you will be somewhere here, or even somewhere here. And that's then too much drag. As you can see, the mobility of our body is quite important, because we want to be as streamlined as possible with the minimum effort necessary and maximum relaxation. In the end of the video, I will show you some exercises how you can practice your streamline position. So we just looked at the streamline position now. Let's move on and look at the arms alongside position. In the arms alongside position, many things are similar to the streamline position. So again, our feet are together and pointy. And we tighten our quads, our glutes and our core. Our hands, we place them gently on our thighs. We keep the shoulders a bit up and in front and the chin down. This is the position with the least drag when having the arms down. For freediving, we can relax a little bit our shoulders and also our arms and hands. But we keep them still close to our body. Also our chin, we still keep it down. But keep in mind that for the free fall, you can relax more. You can keep your feet up to hip wide apart, bend a little bit your knees, relax your belly, and have your hands even a bit more relaxed. Now you know how to do the streamline position and the arms alongside position. Remember, those two positions are the foundation of your swimming technique. And remember to keep your body position stable not only during the glide phase, but also during the movement. So for example, if you move your arms, make sure that the rest of your body still stays in streamline. For example, feet together and pointy. The same if you do surface swimming drills. For example, arm stroke without kick, make sure that the rest of the body stays in streamline. Let's look at some common corrections that I give to freedivers that I work with. It's actually impressive to see how much longer and how further people can glide just by fixing their body position. The first correction is people forgetting to point their feet. So even though all the rest of the body looks in a nice, good streamlined position, sometimes the feet are forgotten. The second is that people usually forget to keep the legs together, especially during the arm stroke. So remember to keep the legs together not only during the two glide phases, but also during the arm stroke. Another correction I often give is to keep the chin down, especially during the arm stroke. What I see often is that people have the chin down, but then during the arm stroke, in this moment, the chin comes up. So try to remember to keep it down also during the arm stroke. What I also see often is that people forget to stretch the elbow 100% in the streamlined position. I'm talking about those last 1 or 2 centimeters when going from here to here. The most common thing I see is actually simply a lack of awareness. So people forgetting to go into streamlined position or arms alongside position during the glide phase. Another thing I see often is an involuntary movement of the hips during the arm stroke. So during the arm stroke, the hips either go forward or back in an uncontrolled way. This is usually caused either due to lack of awareness to keep the body straight, a weak core control, or an imbalance in the arm stroke. I'll talk more about the arm stroke in another video. This was a list with common corrections that I give to freedivers that I work with. In the end of this video, I will show you some exercises that you can do to work on your body position. But before that, let's go to the deeper insights part of this video. In that part, I share tips and knowledge that go a little bit deeper. In this video, it's going to be about micro adjustments. So, when I talk about perfect body position, it doesn't mean that you're not allowed to move, not even a millimeter during the glide phase. There's always some micro corrections, micro adjustments that you have to do to stay stable in the water. Usually, it's a small movement with the feet or with the legs. And this happens as well in dynamic as in depth. So, don't insist on not moving at all during the glide phases. Accept that you have to do those adjustments. But you will see with time, as you will develop your feel for the water, those corrections will get smaller and smaller until they will be barely visible. Push from the surface as strong as you can and go immediately into streamline position. Maintain the streamline position and glide as far as you can until you come to a full stop. You'll be surprised how far you can go. Remember the distance that you reached and see if you can improve. Try to set 10 meters as a minimum distance. Experiment to see how your distance changes if you make small mistakes on purpose, for example by not pointing your feet. You can use a snorkel for this exercise. Now I will show you some exercises that you can do at home to improve your body position. Of course, there are a lot of exercises that you can do. I selected some for you that you can do at home without any tools. Some of the exercises are borrowed from yoga. Put your feet together and make sure that you're evenly balanced. Tighten your quads, tighten your glutes, and tighten your core. Engage your back, move your chest up, shoulders relaxed, chin slightly down, and arms alongside your body. Imagine someone is pulling on a string on your head towards the sky. From the standing position, we first rotate our right hand so that it faces outwards. On the inhale, we bring the arm above our body. We straighten it towards the sky, and on the exhale, we go into a side bend. On the inhale, we come back to a straight position, and on the exhale, we go back to the standing position. We repeat the same thing for the other side. From the standing position, we first rotate both our palms towards outside, and then on the inhale, we bring them above our head so that the palms touch. We make sure we keep a straight back, the core, the quads, the glutes engaged, elbows straight. And on the exhale, we bring our arms down, back to our standing position. From the standing position, we rotate our palms so they face outwards. And on the inhale, we bring our arms above our head so that our palms touch. I'm going to turn around so you can see better. From here, we keep our core engaged, and on the exhale, we bend our knees, keep the weight on the sole of our feet, and we try to keep our back straight as much as possible by engaging our core, and also we keep our elbows straight. On the inhale, we bring our body back into a straight position, and on the exhale, we come back into standing position. From the standing position, on the inhale, we straighten our elbows and fingers and move them up in front of our body. We keep them parallel. Move them up above our head. We look between our hands, try to move them as back as possible, and we push our hips slightly forward. On the exhale, we slowly bend forward, but we make sure that our arms and fingers stay straight and our back one straight line. We go as far as we can maintain a straight back. Towards the end, we can bend our back a little bit and also our knees a little bit and place the hands next to our feet. On the inhale, we move our hands again up in front of our body. Try to reach a straight back as soon as possible. Keep the arms straight, fingers straight and parallel. We move again above our head, push the hands back, the hip forward, and on the exhale, we bring the arms down and we go back to standing position. We keep our upper body relaxed and our feet parallel, hip wide apart. And then we lift our heels as high up as possible and then back again. And we do repetitions. You can do sets of 3 times 10 or 3 times 15, depending on your level. While sitting, you can tighten your quads, make sure that the knees touch the yoga mat, and then simply point your feet, try to stretch them as much as you can. Then, as a counter stretch, you can pull the feet towards you. Still make sure that the quads are tightened and the knees touch the floor. And then again, we pull away from us. Try to point your feet as much as possible, quads engaged, and knees touching the yoga mat. And you can do 3 to 4 repetitions like this. While kneeling, you can try to sit on your heels. You can support yourself with your hands. Depending on your flexibility, you can then also place the hands on your thighs and sit with a straight back. While kneeling, you can place your hands shoulder width apart in front of you and then try to reach as far as possible from you while lowering your chest and head towards the mat and feel a nice stretch in the shoulders and arms. While lying on the floor, you can place your hands next to your chest, tuck your toes in, lift your hips towards the sky and move them back into downward dog. You can bend your knees slightly. This is not about the lower part of the body, it's about the back and the arms and the shoulders. While lying flat on the floor, we place the hands beside our body and then using the back muscles, we lift up our chest and then our arms on the side of our body. Then we move them to the front and back and forth like this. Make sure that the palms always face towards the ground. We can make this exercise also a bit harder by lifting the legs from the floor at the same time. To do that, keep the feet pointy, engage your glutes and your hamstrings. And keep breathing throughout the exercise. Thanks for watching. If you're interested in personal coaching, feel free to contact us through our Infinite Love website. We offer in-person and online coaching. We will work out a clear training plan for you, including exercises tailored to your goals. No matter if you're new to the sport or diving deep. Alright, take care and see you in the next video.